Hey, you there. Thank you for watching, and welcome to Forge Lines Forever. Today, I have a 7v7 custom match here on the most amazing Neuroxis map generator. So let's go ahead and introduce our teams and our players, starting off with Team 1 in the Southwest and ending with Team 2 in the Northeast. Starting off with Team 1's Northwestern player, and then going along their front line, we have an Imperial Gray. It is Sandman. He's playing his EWF. He is a 1200. In Tropical Ocean Blue to his southeast, it is the Aeon of Ogle. He is an 1100. In Forest Green, playing as a UEF, the best color and faction combination. No biases here, of course. It is Windrunner. He is a 1300. Moving on southward, we have in Regal Purple, it is Dead Six playing as a Cybran. He is a 1500. To his northwest, in Barbie Pink, it is Arima. He's playing as an Aeon. He is a 2100, the highest rated player on Team 1. And rounding out Team 2's midsection, it is Cascade playing as a Seraphim. He is in Light Oak Tan as an 1800. And in the rear guard slot, I would assume at least one of them, it is Haha Maha Tocha, or Haha for short. He is a Cybran. He is a 1400 in Royal Blue. So for Team 1 side of the map, they have two Cybrans in the south. They have two Aeons in the middle, two UEF flanking the middle, or at least the front Aeon, and then one Seraphim on that western side, which means they have all of the factions represented on their side of the map, 2, 2, 2, and 1. So if this was an 8-player game, maybe we could have had 2, 2, 2, 2. Starting off with Team 2 Southeastern player, we have in Stitch Blue, it is Dr. Fuzzy. He is a UEF. He is an 1100. To his northwest, we have in Chevy Crimson on his way to the middle. It is Quantum OP. A lot of quantum tech, of course, in the Subcom universe. He is a Cybran. He is a 1000 rated player again in Chevy Crimson. And rounding out Team 2's front line in Pac-Man Yellow, moving westward to the pond, it is Cup of Doggo. Definitely an interesting image there. He is a Seraphim. He is an 1100. To his north in Batman Gray is the Cybran of Tortricide. I don't really remember how to say the last part of his name. He is a Cybran. He is a 1600 Torty for short. To his southeast in Emerald Green, it is Nomander. He's playing as a Cybran as well. He is a 2600. The highest rated player on Team 2 and in the game overall by 500 average points of rating. That is a ton of rating to have on his Mirror of Arima. So he's going to be the HVT for Team 2 to protect and for Team 1 to go after. And in the southeast, we have in Rust, moving to the southwestern side, it is Xrar. He is an Aeon. He is an 1800. And to his north in Ruby Red, we have Butalab playing as an Aeon as well. He is a 1300. And again, at least one of the rear guard slots here. Again, in a 7v7 game, I would assume there's going to be at least two players, maybe Nomander, maybe Torchicide, just because he is on that northern edge. So maybe the same thing here for Dead Six. It's highly unlikely that we won't see just only one. It'll be more than one in terms of the air players. So I'll try to keep a lookout for that. We do see a transport inbound from Team 2's Extra to drop forces off for, I would assume, reclaim. And before they scoop it all up, let's take a look. Oh, I can't even talk correctly because the number is really high. It is 81,000 mass in reclaim. And for 14 players, they're making my brain work overtime today. It is 6,000 would be 84. So we'll do a little under 6,000 mass per player. And there are heavy clumps in the middle of the map. We have 4,000, 6,000, almost 55, 5,600 there, 4,400, 44, 56. So tons of reclaim along the diagonal of the map. Nothing really behind that. It's just concentrated in the middle, so players and engineers rushing to grab it. Taking a look at the mechs count, we'll take a look at Team 1. Trimex position that Dead Six is going for, as well as a Trinmex in front of that. There is really nothing in the middle. There's a lot of one-offs. Actually, not that many one-offs. The map is kind of centralized on the reclaim. There is one mechs in the water for Team 1 to scoop up and one for Team 2, so that's something. And then a couple of mixes on the western edge, with, of course, mixes dotted in around the main players' bases. But a lot of the early reclaim, of course, early mass will come from the reclaim. And then it's probably going to be a lot of artificial eco, being RAS upgrades either on their comms or SACUs and mass fabs and the whatnot. Cascade, did you try to be blocked my drop? He said no. It looks like there was a factory that... No, I don't see any of his units nearby. Maybe they were killed off, but... Anyway, taking a look at where our players are headed off to in this game, we have one of dead 6 here on the southeastern side, and it looks like Dr. Fuzzy is going for that reclaim field here, so it's going to be 1v1 there. We have a 2v2 in the mid-east, or the eastern middle, or whatever you want to call that. West of that, looks like it's going to be 2v2, maybe 3v2. Looks like Haha's moving in to assist. We also see Mutilal moving in, so actually more maybe a 3v3. And it looks like it's going to be a similar situation in the northwest, a 1v1. So no advantages one way or the other in terms of lanes for these players, in terms of comms being there. So we'll see who ends up being the first departure of the game. Taking a look at Sandman's going for the first upgrade of the game, being a gun upgrade. Very sensible there, trying to get a little bit more defense and offense with it. It's mainly an offensive weapon, but it can be used for defense as well. We do see Cup of Doggo just going to sit in the middle of that reclaim field and scoop up as much as possible. I do like the Otham Wreck mixed in there. Looks like it's all Seraphim Wrecks, at least in that clumpage. And looks like it's going to be Seraphim Wrecks dotted around the map here. Do see in the southeast, maybe Convicom action will occur here shortly between Wind and Quantum. XY is there. We have Arima there. We do have Dead 6 down here with Dr. Fuzzy. He's going for Team 1 Land Facility to go for Engineers. Dr. Fuzzy looks like he's going to get some assistance from his teammate of Mutilal from nice little droppage of Engineers. Team 2 has claimed the northwestern corner. We do see a bomber or two raining in over the top of that, but it's not going to do that much damage. You could actually just bomb the reclaim and take out, a couple thousand or so of these attempt to with those bombers. It'll take a little bit of time to do that, but the attempt is better than nothing. Range started on board Orgul's comm, probably going to go for speed next. No Combicom action as of yet. Very close now between Arima and Quantum, but we also have Wind versus Exmar, and he's pushed in a little bit further than the 50% mark, the dividing line of the map. Gun started for Team 1's Windrunner as well, and Combicom action is good between Dr. Fuzzy and Dead 6. Dead 6 being the aggressor and Dr. Fuzzy being the not the aggressee, I don't know. The guy that's being shot at, that guy. Speed started on Orgul's comm. Speed started on board Exbar's comm. Dr. Fuzzy will be forced back into the water, and a couple of bombers will come in maybe to just thin out the ground numbers. I highly doubt they'll do that much work, but maybe that naval facility to the northeast will do a little bit of work. Team 1 frigate started, and maybe T2. Maybe we'll see Arima being pushed back by a ton of Team 1 spam. This would be a nice grab for Team 2, wiping out the highest rated player on Team 1. And again, the player below him in rating, it's tied between Cascade on his team and Exmar on Team 2. So having that little bit of separation in rating even more would definitely help out Team 2. Gun range started on board Exbar's comm. We have gun done for Windrunner, and his forces coming in to assist Arima's retreat. In the northwest, we do have Cascade moving in against Torty, and Torty is being shot at by, or almost being shot at by the comm, and the units from the nearby Nomander being the recipient of the damage. We do see some Nomander forces on the western edge carving a little bit of the path along it. We do see, I think they traveled this way. He is a Cybran, so he can't use the hover to get the Zuis across the land, or Aeon to get the Aurora across the water. That's what I meant, not across the land, across the water. I think everybody knew what I meant. Lots of action, of course. Now we see in the east, X-Run has some T2 facilities on the front line, pumping out blazes against the gun comm of Windrunner. We do see some T1 PD has now been established. Another one going to come online here shortly. Shots raining into the units, not the comms. Wanting getting as much veterancy as possible. XR at almost 1 star. Same thing here with Windrunner. They're going to trade a couple of blows, but I don't think really a lot's going to come from that. We do see T2 started for Quantum. He was almost done with that. Advanced range has been started on Ogle's comm. And we now see Sandman pushing in to the middle. And Cup of Doggo has received a ton of damage. He's still in the yellow. He is at 1-star vet, but oof. Did not have a good engagement there. Oh, and I will point out, because I didn't do that earlier before all the everything happened, Team 2 in terms of team makeup, it is 3 Cybrans, 1 2 Aeon, 1 UEF, and 1 Seraphim. So all the factions on Team 2 side of the map, just a tiny bit more Cybern tech than UEF tech. We do see, again, in the east, it is XR still trading blows with Windrunner. Nothing really going one way or the other, but T2 PD being established, that's going to start driving things in XR's direction. So Team 2 is on the back foot, and there's 2 players' units here, as well as a 3rd player for Dr. Fuzzy. So we have 3 land forces here, and we have Windrunner receiving a ton of damage from the blazes. And it looks like he's targeting... Looks like, I don't know if he's targeting the comm or targeting the blazes or something. He's targeting something. Asylum goes down, and that might be enough to drive XR away. We do see speed and range started on board. A Cup of Dago to the north, and still shots between Cascade and Torchicide coming in. He's dropping below 1,300 hit points. Will he make it? He gets a rank in veterancy. He'll stay alive a tiny bit longer. Lots of T1 lab span just to do some damage to the comm. He does get away. Maybe we'll see some Tort Bombers online. Maybe we won't, but we will see. We do see T2 Naval Headquarters online for Sandman. It is UEF, which means cruiser missiles are online. We also see a couple of Team 1 subs just in the environment there, just to prevent any sort of nasty little things in the water for now. Stealth started on board. Haha's comm, no gun, and, well, I mean, he has to go for Stealth to go for Nano. So we'll see if he stays there or not. He's not defended by anybody, and that could be an easy run over for Team 2. We'll see if Team 2 even notices. Nope, he's not even there. So, if they did know, maybe they would attack, but maybe not. In the east, we have Dr. Fuzzy pushing in a couple of Team 1 forces from Dead 6. Dead 6 still hanging out on the other side of that little mountain range. Looks like he's falling back. Looks like the naval facility for Team 2 has been knocked out. So that was the end of any aggression in Navy for now from Team 2. T3 Air online for Haha. A lot further forward than I would imagine. I guess he just wanted a lot of room to expand. Can't blame him there. And nothing else for... Oh, no. T3 Air is online for Arima as well. He's taking some damage. He's falling back. So 2 air players for Team 1. Maybe a 3rd in the form of Cascade. Maybe, but at least 2 confirmed. We have Strap Bomber inbound from Arima, and he's targeting the comm of XR. The Asylums will protect him from a little bit of that damage. We have units inbound from Dead 6 from the south. Dr. Fuzzy, not Dr. Fuzzy, we have Windrunner being overrun. Another bombing run inbound T1s, and it looks like XR will try to get underneath Asylum coverage, but misses that one. And that is it. First kill of the game goes to a Strap Bomber rush from Arima. Drops this game to now a 7v6 in Team 1's favor. Nice grab there. Gets the bombers out of there. We see an ASF trying to catch up to it. Looks like they will. ASF's coming in to protect that bomber. Looks like maybe... Yeah, it looks like the bomber will get away. It is still being chased by interceptors, but that's not really going to matter that much. Transport is shot down. Looks like there's a couple of engineers on board. That's unfortunate for Haha. He also has gun on board now. But with that, Team 2 has suffered the first loss of the game. And it does give somebody else on Team 2 an additional base. Looks like it went to Nomander. Nomander has T3 Air online. Same thing with his northeastern teammate of Mutulao. So that's 2 air players confirmed for Team 2. No 3rd potential yet. But with Nomander already in air, I wouldn't be surprised if maybe he goes for some restorers or something. He's spamming out Harbingers now, so we'll see what he ends up doing. In terms of the eco, Team 2 is leading by about 90 or so mass per second. In terms of reclaim, it's about even, a little bit in favor, but nothing too crazy. And eco leaders in terms of mass generated per second, we have Torticide, I don't know if I'm saying his name right, at 240, and then below him at Nomander with double base at 200. Everybody else in the game below that, Team 1's highlights are Cascade and Arima and Haha at a little over 100, and then 125 for those other 2 players. Stealth started on board. Dead 6 is comm. We have Haha, of course, pushing in with a couple of shots from his comm. T2 artillery online. Well, the Pigeons are gone, so that's something. And Quantum is, maybe he's building more T2? Well, he has some T2 PD and an AA emplacement. Definitely missing out a shield or 1,000, but at least he has something online in the front to protect himself. But in the north, we have an explosion from a comm. Cup of Dago defeated by Sandman. That's going to be another kill for Team 1. Looks like a destroyer got to him. that is unfortunate. Team 2 drops another player. Nomander will gain the base. Maybe he'll keep it. Maybe he'll give it over to Torty, maybe. But I don't know. Ogle's there as well. Looks like Ogle's from Team 1, actually. And Ogle's pushing in. He's behind the middle of the map, and now he's pushing in to Nomander's newly acquired base. Nomander's over there to the west of that position. He's falling back. He has T2 on board, and he's defending this push for now. His Harbingers are heading southwest to push against this position here for Wind and Haha. Both of those comms are in the yellow currently. Still T2 air. No T3 is started, so there will be 3 air players for Team 1. Still 2 for Team 2. Maybe they'll bump it up to 3. We'll see. And Ogle has to be careful. 15 minutes. We've already seen a Strat Bomber rush kill off a player, and then a Destroyer kill off another player for Team 2. So Team 2 is out for blood, and they definitely want to even the odds at least a little bit. Cruisers being spammed up for the facility for Sandman, and he's supporting the push from Ogle. Those forces are starting to catch up. Lots of Team 1 PD to protect the retreat for Ogle, and it looks like he's thinking to himself, yeah, it's probably a good idea I fall back. He's pushing, again, not super deep in the Team 2's territory, but far enough to be a little bit concerning. We do see gun range, advanced range started from Mutilal, and he's just using that comm for intelligence gathering. This is what he can see in terms of the percentage of the map. Not too crazy, but will benefit him a little bit more once he gets the advanced range online. Nothing really happening in the southeast, nothing really happening in the northwest besides the cruiser shooting at a couple of units running around and just hanging out up there. So Team 2 will probably lose at least a portion of that. And that's going to be the end of that story. We do see a couple of bricks over here, so that might be enough to take out that facility. But probably going to be at least a couple more minutes before that actually happens at a minimum. Brass started on board a Remus comm. He's back up into the green finally. And he does have T2 on board. We do see Ogle being surrounded by forces from Quantum. I don't know why he just doesn't get in the water. Looks like he is going to go for the water. He's like, yeah, there's gunships overhead, and I'm going to fall back. Looks like a couple of flak units take out a couple of those renegades for him. And Ogle will stay somewhat out of the water. He does get his head dipped underneath the surface, so he's protected for now. And Team 2 will stave off more and more pushing from Team 1 for now. A couple of Ilshis running around for Nomander. He has Aeon, Cybrin, and Seraphim Tech to his purview. So he has Ilshis, Bricks, Harbingers, Othams, all of the almost juicy things that you can get for T3, except the all-glorious Percy, which, of course, I am a little bit particular for. I think that's how you say that word. No matter to scout the whole map, let you know what happening. Says X-Ray. Love that comment from X-Ray. He says, hey, teammate, build some scouts, run around the map. I'll tell you what I find. So he doesn't have to watch the scouting. His teammate that's now beyond the grave, that's behind the curtain, that's sitting in the chair, can help out with that. T2 Navy back online for Team 2 on the eastern side here for Dr. Fuzzy, pushing in with cruiser missiles from those Governor-class, cruisers. And Dead 6 looks like he's getting maybe some. He has some TMD online. Probably needs to get a little bit more. But with the shield, he'll have enough time to get at least a couple more zappers online. Ogle back out of the water once again. Still doing a great job of taking out all of these Team 1 forces. He's up to almost 5-star vet before 20 minutes. That's really, really good for his hit points. Probably should go for at least the first shield upgrade to get an additional 8,000. But, he is doing a pretty good job of still running around. It looks like Mutilal is running around now with his sensor and advanced range package on board. He's moving southward. Looks like he's going to assist a push from Team 2's Nomander against Windrunner. Windrunner just getting a ton of T2, Team 1 facilities online. Looks like a couple of missile launches spamming up. A couple of T3 ones as well. Some spearheads raining in on this position. Of course, the Volcanoes, very, very good at taking out clumps of missiles, but still they're not all powerful. 1,000 of anything will always kill anything. Not maybe always. 1,000 of anything will kill anything. Just because of the eventual a lot of things to deal with. The overwhelming attack, essentially. Do you see a couple of sniper bots? Looks like they're targeting these missile launchers. Definitely a good choice there. This should be enough for now to stop Team 1's aggression, but if Team 1 goes for more artillery implements, in terms of the T2 clink hammers and that sort of thing, it's probably not going to be enough to deal with it. T3 air online for Cascade, going for a couple of P-gens. Maybe he's going to build another facility there. He could be super bold and try to go for an artillery really early or a nuke. But I highly doubt we'll see that from Team 1 or Team 2 yet. And watch, I say that, and somebody in this game is building a nuke somewhere. Watch. Just calling it 19 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock. A nuke has started. We'll see if it happens or not. Looks like so far I have not noticed any of those particular items. We do see SACU spam here shortly for Torty trying to get his eco up. He's at 400 with no Mander essentially. Team 1 is starting to pull away now from Team 2 with all of the time that Team 1 has had to just hang back and relax. It's 1.5 to 1.3 in their favor, so eco is slowly starting to favoring the Southwestern team. But the push inbound from Mutilao assisted, actually, he's assisting no Mander's forces. There's no direct fire weapon systems on any of these units besides maybe a Titan or two, which means this Harbinger, Asylum, and other push will be very successful. And the sniper bots continuing to push, and assist with just eliminating the everything. We do see a Percy online. One's not going to be enough, and now Haha moving in to intercept any sort of aggression. It looks like move orders just go full send it into this aggression from Team 2, and the cruise is helping out a little bit from the eastern pond there. No real attacks in the southeast. We see a conga line of units to the north. It looks like Sandman has noticed it. And bricks are actually moving in the water, and there are a couple of Team 1 torp launchers being spammed up very, very quickly. Looks like somebody has noticed that and gone, yeah, it's not really worth dealing with that. So we'll just slowly move out of range. Cruisers still stacking up, being a little bit annoying for any sort of rogue spy planes or air scouts or whatever that fly overhead from Team 2. The attack now going on Haha's comm. Harbingers have found him. He doesn't have nano. This could be the first departure for Team 1. He came to try to assist the defense, but he will get killed for it, unfortunately. And Windrunner now pushing in to assist. And he should be fine. He has Ravagers being built. Has a couple of Percys here. He will lose a ton of hit points, though, a little bit from the explosion, but mainly from the Harbingers if Team 2 focuses him. Xware just says he wants to kill himself for some reason. Mutilao. He's just full sending it. He's not going to control K. He will die to Team 1. So this is now a 5v6. Still in favor for Team 1. And it looks like Mutilao will call off his attack. Yeah, I don't know why he was just full sending it without a lot of support. He did have some support, of course, from Nomander. But with the death of the air player for Team 1, at least the main air player, or at least one of them, Mutilao, not Mutilao, but Haha's base will be transferred over to Arima, who is still air, or is air. And now he'll have mostly all control of the ASF for Team 1. Looks like he's actually going to hang out with his... So remember that comment I made about nukes? He probably just built that, or started building it right after I left. 22 minutes, one nuke is done and is loading. The second one is almost done. What I was going to say was he's just hanging out with his air buddy over there, but yeah, that'll be interesting to listen to in a couple minutes. Team 1 and Team 2's ASF colliding. Looks like Team 2 has a slight advantage. There is some AA underneath. Looks like it's mainly T2, but it's still AA nonetheless. Team 1's ASFs are gone. Again, Team 2 not really ahead very far in the ASF department, but still have a little bit of air control. Tiny bit, but better than nothing. We do see bricks down from the northeast from Quantum. Team 1 PD being spammed up to deal with them, and Harmon just falling back to do so as well. A couple of mexes were eliminated on their route, and they're actually falling back to deal with more mexes from Ogle. And the attack from Nomad who pushes in and wipes out the western front. Both of the main land bridges have been conquered by Team 2, and now the naval facility for Team 1 is eliminated. The torpedo launchers and everything there is still there, but the base, the facility itself is gone. Sandman falling back. He doesn't have enough firepower on board his comm or just in general to deal with that brick push from Torty, and now the land is heavily favoring Team 2. Looks like Mutilao is still hanging out on Team 1's side of the map. And I think Team 1 knows where he is. Yeah, they know where he is, so it's not one of those surprising things. So we'll see if they go after him or not. Cup of Dago points out that there is a GC. Yep, there is one inbound from Arima. And again, the nuke is a little under half loaded. This one is actually starting to catch up with that. Do not... Are you the new hyper in this game? Are you building just like 5 of them? Granted, that's gotta hurt. Couple of bombers come in and wipe out a T3 P-Gen that was surrounded by E-Storage. Oof, that's got to hurt. But Mutilao still pushing in, facing off against a couple of Percys. We only know that's going to go one way, and I don't know why he's pushing in. He does overcharge one of the Percys. Percy fires again, overcharges the second one, and he will take some damage. He will kill off the third one before that Percy does more damage, or at least maybe did one more shot. But now it's between Windrunner and Mutilao. Mutilao now receiving some overcharge, kills off that Percy. That's number 4 for him. He's working on his 5th star veterancy. He will get away, but definitely something dangerous to watch out for. He's just hanging out there with no support, no ASF, no gunships, no land, no literally nothing around him. And I feel like that's unwise. Would be, I think, a more easy, not easy, but polite way to put it. Sandman defending his base. He's lost an air facility, but still holding on. Tons of PD being built. And now forces from Nomander are colliding with his base. Team 1 losing tons of territory. And that's, again, a downside to killing off a couple players early, is that, in this case, Nomander has triple base, and he is just steamrolling through 3 of the 4 main avenues for land engagements, this one being 1, this one being 1, and then, of course, the middles being 1 and 1 as well. And here comes Sandman. He's being surrounded by Seraphim and Aeon forces, and there he goes. Team 1 loses the second player, drops this game to a tied game at 5v5. Nuke is almost loaded. Nuke is 3 forced away loaded. This loaded is actually this one's being ignored in favor of a chicken. Bricks are inbound. We have Arima going to pop out for a brief moment and fire a couple of overcharges, I would assume. T3 mexes are targeted. There goes 1 brick. 2 more remain nearby. That chicken's going to be sent northward. Column of Team 1 spam inbound from Quantum OP to assist. And now Team 2 has control of a player's base. Not anything infrastructure-wise there just yet, but could be there shortly. Ogle going for a shield. Definitely wants to defend his commander from as much damage as possible. Dead Six still down here. I mean, his base is still down here. He's falling back to his base down here with 2 nukes, almost 3 of them online, at least in terms of the silos. We have Chicken is done. We have a GC running around from Arima. Fatboy pointed out by XRAR. That is now done for Windrunner. We have ASF gathering in the front of the everything. We have a Monkey Lord for Team 2's Quantum. We have no experimentals that I've seen from Nomander. Any nukes? He does have an SMD. It's not loaded yet. Almost 100,000 reclaim on field, says Sandman. 3 nukes, says XRAR. So Team 1 has now lost the element of surprise, but it doesn't matter. Nuke is launching, and you're going for this space. Oh, that's such a maybe missed opportunity. You could have gone for the air grid at least. The SMD back there. That's not loaded. None of them are loaded just yet. But the nuke will launch, and it's going to be close. I think it will load in time, though. Ooh, there it is. The loading of the nuke has completed, and the loading of the SMD. This one would have been the one to go after. Team 1 doesn't know that. I know that. You know that. Team 2 knows that. Just Team 1 didn't. And that nuke will be shot down. And that second one will probably be shot down as well. It is almost close to be loaded. And that third nuke is now done. Mass being sent over to Mutilao to assist with the loading of the SMD over here, just to make sure that's protected. So love the assistance there from Mutilao. And he's actually behind him as well, so it does benefit him for having that SMD loaded. Batboy pushing in. Might do a little bit of work pushing in the central eastern position. But Team 1 is hurting. Team 2 is caught up, and Eco is now ahead, 1.8 to 1.7. Nomander, of course, Torchside being the leaders in the Eco. Arima, obviously being the leader because he's on double base. Second nuke outbound. Now you could go for this base again, which he's going for, so it will eliminate the chicken, and the chicken's not going to finish in time. SMD is not going to finish in time. But it's definitely smart, because if he had gone for this base, it would have been shot down. If Team 1 knows about that SMD, which they don't. They don't even know about the air grid that's there. All they know is this base. Not a lot of scouting going down for Team 1. I feel like that's a kind of an oversight for Team 1. Not kind of. It is an oversight for Team 1. SMD loaded, says XRR. Not that one. That one is. SMD there. That one's not loaded. SMD there. That's not loaded. Lots of SMDs being built everywhere. Laser being built on Torchside's comp. A little ambitious, but I love it. And here comes the nuke. Kaboom! Wipes out that base once belonging to Cup of Doggo. So that's a little bit of eco for Team 2 lost, but again, I think the chicken and the SMD is probably the things that he loses out on the most. And the T3 Seraphim headquarters. Also loses out on that. Trying to be useful, says XR. We have sniper bots inbound from Ogle's to Ogle's position. Ogle has the advanced shield online, and the snipers now kick off the shield that's nearby. And that's a lot of firepower here. We have a Colossus inbound. Nomander, again, this is the part where APM is going to really tax, I mean, everybody, but specifically players with double or triple bases, is that you have all these forces running around. You got a micro air forces, you got a micro ground force, you got a micro eco, you got a micro, like, rebuilding of base. There's a whole bunch of stuff to do. And stuff is going to fall by the wayside, unfortunately. This being one of them. He does push back Team 1 a little bit, but he loses out on the sniper bots. And he'll lose out, I think, a little bit in here. I think a couple of those options will probably make it. Team 2 hasn't claimed this position yet. Team 1 naval facility still online. Bombers taking out Team 1 torp launchers just to thin out the numbers there. And I think engineers are just scooping up reclaim. Yeah, they're just scooping up reclaim now. Looks like there's Percy's and looks like a... those are the, I think, cruisers and the destroyers. Next to get all these mixes or reclaim or just nuke everything, says Team 2's XR. Yeah, definitely a thing to think about. Cascade laughing at the fact that there's a Scath is started next, or Torcheside kind of gives me flashbacks of yesterday's game, actually. So maybe we'll see a similar thing, maybe not. Laser is almost done, to be fair. Maybe he'll go for Cloak, and maybe he won't leave his base, but 29 minutes almost on the clock. Team 1 at 5 players left. Team 2 also at 5 players left. Team 1's lost Sandman and Haha. Team 2's lost XR and a couple of Doggo. Eco situation still favoring Team 2, but just barely, 1.9 to 1.8. Map control does favor Team 2. So we'll see what happens with the land territory. But Team 1 does have a couple experimentals, same with Team 2. But there are 3 nukes over here. 2 of them have already fired. A third one is about to. Let me know down in the comments who you think is going to currently win this game at 29.5 minutes. Thank you so much for watching to this point in the video. Hopefully you have enjoyed. And let me know down in the comments if you have. If you haven't done so already, please hit the like button and subscribe. I really do appreciate it. And why are my text hover over thingies in the northwestern corner of my screen? Why are they up there? It's a little annoying. Something about percentages and ETA, and I can't tell what's being built. Maybe teleporter? Maybe that's what that says? Hey, he's going for an upgrade, so it's probably teleporting. Oh, that's awkward. But again, let me know down in the comments who you think is currently win, of course. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I really, really do appreciate it. Second nuke outbound. Looks like both nukes going in the same direction. Both the SMDs will be depleted, or both the missiles from the SMD will be depleted. And Scath is at 25% already. He's doing a lot. I don't know. Oh, is that... That's this, okay, it's the same direction. I was like, is that not the same? Yeah, it's the same one. Another nuke soon. Another nuke soon, and it's going to... Ooh, triple threat inbound. First one shot down. Second one shot down. Once that third one is fired, that's a dead base. Torcheside will have to cancel that upgrade. What about that third one, says XR? Yeah, you need like 4, says Nomander. Yeah, that nuke should be firing. I don't mean to zoom out constantly, but that nuke is about to fire. P-gens being spammed up, air facilities as well. We have shields being built. Love to see that. Nuke is going to fire, and it's going there because that Scath is going to die. Yeah, I will echo that sentiment. SMD, it's getting close, but it is not going anywhere. Nope, that nuke is going to land. He's probably going to die to the nuke, the Scathis as well. Of course, there's no hope for that because it's rooted to the spot because it's still being built. If I die, I die. That's a good way to put it. It's 80%. That must be a different upgrade then. It's at 50%, not 80. What are you talking about? Oh, the SMD. He's talking about the SMD's 80%. Ah, that would make sense. I was like, the upgrade isn't done yet. And here comes the nuke. And there it goes. It's actually going to offshoot just a little bit northeast, but still going to clip everything else. Here it comes. Kaboom! There goes the Scathis. There goes the comm. There goes the everything. 95%. Unfortunate. Better than 99%, but still. Cascade scores a kill, and it's now a 5v4 game. Now, again, in favor of Team 1. We're just vibing at this point. We don't care if we win. I mean, it's good to have the start Paragon. Oh, no. Maybe we'll see a Paragon, so second game ender might make its appearance. Nope. Says Torcheside. He's like, don't do that. Absolutely don't do that. with 3 nukes firing. I mean, you almost have a YOLO here, almost. With how fast, and I mean, I guess not how fast, but roughly, that's a lot of firepower. Team 2 is, of course, prepped for a YOLO just because of the 3 nukes that Team 1 has built. So there's that benefit if Team 1 goes YOLO. Also, big words coming from the, just getting, it's like, oof. Little salt, little, just chiding one another. It's good to just give each other a hard time. It can go a little too far sometimes, of course, but, it's, to each their own in terms of how much the other one can tolerate, kind of thing. Sandman pointing out 1 and 2. 2 big pushes happening now. I mean, there is a FAF boy in that mix. I didn't see that. Yeah, that's not going to help. And then, where was that first one that he mentioned? Where? Oh, I mean, maybe he's just talking about the entire northern side for Nomander. It's now green and a couple of red versus all of the other colors for Team 1. Nomander has 1.2k mass per second. You might as well build a game ender somewhere. PGen being started up there. Don't know what's going on with that. Transport's dropping off engineers for some project. Or picking them up for some project. Don't know. Oh, no, they're ferrying them. Oh. Yeah, it looks like... I mean, actually, he might not have been kidding about the Paragon. Yeah, Paragon would be nice. I mean, he's already producing 1.2k. You can give all that mass to somebody else. But I feel like maybe YOLO, artillery, something else. Paragon is nice, but it's a little bit delayed in terms of the value you get out of it. Yes, YOLO, you have to load it and then fire it, but it's a pretty quick process, roughly. The Paragon, you have to have the build power in place when it's built to immediately use it, and then you have to wait for the construction to finish. And we have a teleporter inbound from Dead 6. He gets to 4-star vet, and Nomander is fleeing. Looks like Dead 6 either knew where he was or just happened upon him. Pings go down. This air base to the northeast of the main one is gone, so a little bit of power and stuff gone, but that shouldn't be really too bad for Nomander. He has all of the everything else built. We do see GC going to soon fend off a attack, maybe. There is a megalith in there, so there's that. Nukes, how are we doing? But I'm going to go back to Dead 6 because he's probably going to get shot at here shortly. And he is going for the T3 air quarters for Nomander. PGen's going to help Cascade a little bit. Nuke is outbound. If they timed it maybe a little bit right, then maybe he could have killed off the SMD. He probably will just sacrifice himself in this play and do as much damage as he can to the eco of Nomander or just the air facilities or whatever. Strap bomber inbound from Mutalau. That's going to help thin out the hit points a little bit. Oh, and then there go the strap bombers for Nomander. That will kill him off. T3 air facility does survive. Pinging going down for that SMD, but just not enough time. That is the end of that attempt by Dead 6, but lovely attempt back to 4v4. Nuke inbound. Nuke might clip the Fat Boy, but it will kill the artillery and everything else base up here. Kaboom! There goes that. Most of it is gone. There's a resolver in there. Love to see those for taking out shields. All mass to Para now says, no. Is Team 1 building a... Yeah, is Team 1 building a Paragon somewhere? No. Oh, yeah, there it is. Look at... 34 minutes on the clock. It was a joke by Team 2. At least maybe it was a joke. But Team 1, either they heard it through the ether or not. That thing is almost done. That's going to be very helpful. Tons of PD. Don't like all the mass fabs there, but they're getting shields online. They have a lot of build power right there. Get shields online immediately. Why aren't there shields there sooner? Paragon is now done. There's the infinity symbol. First game ender has been completed. And explosion to the west. Looks like they tried to time the megalith moving, but they clipped it just barely. Did some damage, but didn't kill it outright. And granted, they can't kill it outright anyways, because it has more hit points to survive at least the regular nukes, or the naval nuke, or the Billy nuke, or the... Yeah, that's all the nukes besides the YOLO. The regular, naval, and Billy nuke. We have Paragon being started in the northeast. We have Infinity versus Infinity soon to be happening. Team 1 has it online. Team 2, do you know anything about it? And they know about it. They haven't pinged it yet. Again, the benefit of having different symbols is it's a lot easier to see. Nuke is outbound, and it's going to be a point defense nuke, and it's going to land close to the GC. GC get out of range, and if it does enough damage before its death, it might help kill off the megalith. Nuke is about to go, and it might actually clip some of those strap bombers. Here it goes. Nicely placed. Look at that. Ooh, all of those bombers dead. The Megalith is unfazed by it. That was an amazing nuke. Oof, that's gotta hurt. We have tons of PD now coming online. Chickens being spammed up. Nuke still being assisted. We have bricks inbound. The Megalith is dead. Gunships assisting with that. The Colossus is still alive. Out of water. Bricks inbound says dead 6. And Arima, ooh, not looking good. Chicken is now done. It won't help with dealing with the units in the water, but at least they have some firing solution there. We have Megalith and Monkey Lord down the middle here. Looks like 2 GCs dead. Not good for Ogle, but he gets a couple of T2 PD emplacements online. He needs to get out of there. Just get Billy, says XRAR to Dr. Fuzzy. Just go Billy Nuke. The Paragon is about a little under half done. Laser started for Nomander. Maybe he wants to build it just in case he needs to use it. And shields need to keep being built. We have a Scathus being built from Arima because why not? He should transfer all of his other mass to his teammates to help, and of course, increase their income as well because he doesn't need it because he has the Paragon. Bricks targeting the Pigeons and the Nukes. That doesn't work because they're all eliminated. Tort Bombers also built up to thin out the numbers before they were breaching from the water. We have Ogle trying to do what he can, but he has to fall back. He cannot deal with the firepower of a crab, a couple of Salem destroyers, and a Monkey Lord Web. Mutilau on the front line with some engineers to scoop up reclaim, it looks like, or just do whatever he's doing over there. So that's not great for longevity if Team 1 spots him, but Team 1 hasn't been scouting that much anyways. So scout, Aeon base for Para or Salvation. A nice ping there because Team 2 is building it. They're above 50% now. Nomander has laser online. And Windrunner builds another Fat Boy. Does he have any? Nope, doesn't have any satellites yet. And we have GC spam down here. That's going to help protect the Paragon as well. Crab spam. And Cascade going to help out a little bit with this. He doesn't need to help out. Focus your mass on other things. Nukes and the whatnot. Just cat. Oh, wow. That's a lot of chickens. Because assert dominance because they don't want to kill you, says XRAR. And we do see Mutilau is being shot at by the Fat Boy. 2 Fat Boys, in fact. T3 and Naval Headquarters on the shoreline for Team 1. And aircraft carrier also there to just spam out. Maybe actually, that'd be a good place to just build scouts out of and just constantly scouting Team 1 side of the map. Still no pings on that. Still no pings on that game ender. We do see a group of forces down in the south for Dr. Fuzzy pushing in on Dead 6's old stuff. But again, we have now a crab inbound with a bunch of bricks inbound. That should stop the Percy push or at least thin it out significantly before the Megalith shows up. Mutilau kind of being ignored. He's right there. He is being shot at, but again, he has... Is he taking any damage? Oh, he is. Okay, just kind of looked like it wasn't for a second. Now, what are those strats doing? Says XRAR. Where are the strats you speak of? I don't see them anywhere. I see Team 1 bombers, but no strats. 2 Fat Boys here. Sorry, 3 Fat Boys here. 3 Fat Boys here. Mutilau still alive, not being focused down. Looks like it's the everything else that's being focused down. He thought Torp's useless. Now look, we have Ogle pushing in with some assistance. Another nuke outbound. And where is this one going? It's going for this base over here. Do we have a teleportation? No, just maybe a spy plane or something hanging out. Another nuke inbound from Team 1. We have the scouting. We have the patrol of a lifetime, making sure that that Paragon is kept secret. And we have an eye being built. Lots of mass being given over to Arima to finish, I would assume, the Scathus. We have SMD spam just in case. Love to see that. And Team 1 really trying to use that eco. 8.2k, so really using it as much as possible. A couple of mexes not donated over, but for the most part, they were donated over to everybody else, so love to see that. I think it just took them a second to do it. Or I just didn't notice. Probably that. There's the nuke landing on that base once again. Kaboom! Maybe it wipes out a couple of ASFs, but that nuke landing was, ooh, superb. It was just chef's kiss, perfectly timed, even if it was by accident. Nuke lands up here, killing off a couple of SACUs. Kaboom, kaboom. And teleporter started on board. Quantum's calm. And Arima, oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Did he probably make Yeah. It doesn't look like 1v4. No, can you stop? I'm trying to find if there's anything about him leaving. No, it was on the 2 monitor. Triple monitor is the only way to play. Only way to play. Lots of conversation. It looks like. What happened to Arima? Nerf gas went quiet. All the dead people. Auto kick. Okay, I didn't desync this game. So that's unfortunate. Team 1 loses a player, and it's Arima. That's the player that has the Paragon, so that's gonna hurt. And it looks like maybe because of all the engineers going down. That's never fun. Oh, and that Scathis takes a hit from the explosion from the comm, but it looks like it was almost done anyways. But now it's a 3v4, first time in Team 2's favor, but not a kill because I don't count that 5% left as deck 6. Talking about, Salvation, yeah, put that back online. Got to use that Paragon as much as possible. And the Scathis is almost done. Finish the Salvation. It's right there. We have 40 minutes on the clock. Nomander finishes the infinity symbol of his own. Salvation almost done for him. And he's building his own. It's going to be a race to the bottom with infinity symbols versus infinity symbols. We have teleporter started here for Quantum, still going on with that. And pushback with the everywhere with all the chickens. The land incursions happening for Team 1. And Salvation is done for Team 2. There it is. Salvation done for Team 1. Not shielded, though. Definitely need to shield that immediately. And more shields says dead 6. Yes, thank you. I echo the comment there. Scathis is done building shields immediately. And Team 1 needs scouting immediately to find... Oh, they found the everything up there. So guess what the everything else is targeting up there. Second Salvation coming online. Salvation targeting that. Scathis targeting that now, I would assume. Here come the first volley of shots. Oh, they are inbound, and Nomander is there. He has laser. He doesn't have teleporter or cloaking, just nano. So, there's that. You're keeping him alive a little bit longer in that regard. P-gens are going to hurt. That's never fun. A couple of mechs is going to go down. That's not too crazy, though. He has a Paragon. And you get that match over to somebody else. Anyways, shields being built a lot around the everything. Salvation would be a nice target, and it looks like Team 2 agrees with me. It's half of it is, a little over half of it is shielded, so it might be enough. Another volley inbound from the Salvation. Looks like heavy assistance on that central shield that protects the Paragon and the Salvation. We'll see if Team 1 does the same thing with assistance. And I think it's going to be just a race to the bottom with artillery. And shields are being assisted as well, so it will keep the Paragon alive. Nuke outbound, Billy Nuke outbound from Team 2. It's going to strike the middle of these Fat Boys. Won't kill them, but it will kill a ton of the Percys nonetheless. We have tons of GC running around. Infinity versus Infinity. Gotta love these 7v7 games. Salvation trying to kick through the shields, or kick his way through the shielding at least, but doesn't look like it's going to be enough. Nuke lands, or explosion happens down here. There's the Billy Nuke lands on top of those forces from Windrunner. I had to look through the names. I know there's half the players left, but still. And another nuke built, another Salvation built. More and more chickens being built, more nukes being loaded. Just load. Another, yes, love the second Paragon being built. Nuke is outbound. There is an SMD here. There's more SMDs underneath those Salvations, but neither of them are loaded. That SMD, had that not gone down, that would have been the end of this base. But we have multiple Salvation slots landing. The shielding is holding. He has 2 Salvations underneath this thing. Laser is done for Quantum. He's going for T3. Maybe he'll tell the Mazer something. He could try to tell the Mazer the Paragon for Team 1. This game is so pretty for how old it is. I will echo that statement. It is very, very pretty. Look at this. Look at all the triangles. Look at all the squares. Look at all the everything. It's pretty. Of course, that was a serious comment, and I agree with that as well. But I do love the everything. The devs did a really good job of just making new units and all of that, because we have... Yes, that's exactly why. Yep, see, it's like he heard me through the ether or something. We have FAF developers, yes. And shielding is still holding. All of the support going for that middle shield. All it's going to take is one nuke, and that SMD is down. One more nuke will be the end of the game, I believe. He's building a Scathis here. He's not building a second Paragon that I've noticed. He does get a Salvation online down there. And... another... it's a Yolana Us. Number 3 has made its appearance. And shielding around the Paragon is going down. We have Cascade over here. I don't think he's in range, but that is pretty close. Shielding being assisted. Not looking good, though. Ooh, it comes back online. That second Paragon is done, so he does have a backup. It's just salvation, spam as much as possible. And there it is. There's the explosion. Nomander dies by Control K. Not a Control K, just the amount of artillery shells and everything else overwhelmed the shielding, and that is it. I don't think there was a nuke launched. So there is that. There's the nuke launch. Team 1 will win this game. And 89,000. Oh, no, it could have been a nuke. 335,000. That could have been a nuke. 280,000. Maybe. But nonetheless, that is it. I offered a draw, says Mutalel. It's down, says Nomander. Nearly. Ooh, oh, there it is. There's the Paragon dead for Team 1. But they have a backup. Oh, and there's Cascade. He does take a little bit of fire from that Paragon. He's not dead, though. So there's that. You can't be serious. How, says Extra. Just the shielding barely collapsed. Salvation is online over here. We have Scathis online over here. Second one. Third one also being built down there. That's not going to finish anytime soon, though. And Team 1 needs to change target priorities on something else. Tons of nukes being built. Makes sense, says Extra. There's the Scathis. Oh, Cascade is being hit. Maybe, possibly, maybe. God's getting underneath shield coverage. Go for that Scathis. We still have 1, 2, 3 salvations. We have a Yolana Os almost done. Again, another salvation. That's number 4. Where's that number 3? No, that's number 4 because there's one right there. Or number 5, but that one's dead. And it looks like it's targeting this. Scathis is almost down. Looks like it's targeting the SMDs for the nuke. Placed his para like 40 seconds late, says Nomander. It's not GG just yet. You're right. There's still stuff happening, but we have a land push inbound from Team 1 with a bunch of experimentals. We have experimentals over here to the north. We have a crab with a couple of bricks down here to the south. I mean, it's kind of over, but it's kind of not over just yet. We have a bunch of support around Quantum's Comm. No idea what that's about. Nuke on the land, kill off the Scathis. If you move it, you might get out of range, but you'll go underneath. You'll go, actually not underneath the shield. You move out of the shield. Here, fire YOLO for meme, says Dead 6. Yes, oh, blow up a bunch of experimentals, because why not? Yeah, that'd be fun to watch. YOLO is done. Number 3 has made its appearance. Please tell me you're building a Mavor somewhere. That's a Duke. No, you're not building a Mavor. Why? Why? Oh, no, we have Windrunner taking some shots. That's never good. Got to get out of range of that. Is there another UEF base? Come on. There's got to be one somewhere. I don't see one anywhere. There's Team 2 building. I highly doubt Team 2 is building one. They don't have a second Paragon, at least that I have noticed, under construction. And there's the SMD fires and protects that Scathis. Yothotha inbound. We have 3 GCs. They're just ignoring the everything on the ground. They just don't care. Seriously, though, if started earlier, we'd literally... I don't know about that. I mean... Team 1 did have a second Paragon online before the first one did, before Para went up. Maybe. Maybe, but I don't know. 40 seconds maybe wouldn't have been made the difference. Oh, there's the YOLO. It does land right on top of Mutalal. That's a good way to go out. YOLO done, says Nomander. It's over. Yeah, well, yeah, it's over. And I don't think they know about the second Paragon. No, they don't. They know about the 2 salvations, though. They're targeting that position. Shielding is not really holding, but the Salvation's going to die here shortly. Scath is still alive, though, so Team 2 still has a game ender online. Oh, well, it's transferred over, so it's going to take a second to reacquire. Not SMG, but Salvation is down. Airfight happens on Team 2 side of the map. Reclaim doesn't matter how much reclaim's on the map. It's probably not 1 million, but it's a lot. 500,000. So, you know, numbers getting up there. Looks like they've reclaimed a clump of it down there. Second Salvation. Tons of the everything else. Megaliths. And there's another explosion from a Billy nuke. Another nuke inbound. Oh, no, it's going to hit the ASFs. Oh, maybe they'll get out of range. There's the nuke. Oh, there's the YOLO nuke. Ooh, even more impressive. Kaboom! YOLO taking out a Scathis. Love to see it. And the Comm of Quantum teleports in. He dies over here to Cascades. Everything. Looks like it was Torp Bombers that killed him. And now it's just Dr. Fuzzy remaining. He's down here. He's going for a teleporter of himself. Telebilly is a real thing. And I think that's going to be the end of the game there. Nuke outbound. It's just going to be the nukening of the everything. But What made 33% Scathis. Move Megas here, Fuzzy, in water. That and that. YOLO targets that again for all the everything else, because why not, versus a 3 nuke mass assist. Dr. Fuzzy cancels his teleporter. We have Bowie Nuke hits the Megalith, because why not? Dr. Fuzzy's like, take me, World, take me. I will kill off a Percy before I die. Oh, tons of ASFs dive over top. Looks like it was crash damage, and there it is. I'm going to desyncing in 3. Tons of XP left unused. Yeah, just, oh my, look at all of those salvations. We had 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those were built. And, of course, we had number 6 down there. I don't see the other 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't see the other ones. Yeah, that means they weren't finished. We had 3 nukes over here. All of those survived. The YOLO, of course. That actually killed off, 280,000 mass. Second Paragon. If Team 1 didn't have the second Paragon, they still had, I think, they had at least this Scathis done. It's weird. Oh, because I clicked on it. Scathis done there. That was started after fact. I think these 2 were maybe done. So there was still stuff online, and they had a bunch of experimentals already built by then. Hey, look, a Duke got built. Look at that. But it's just Team 1 had the Paragon online longer, which netted them all of the everything. Look at this. We have 19. Of course, not all of those are built, but let's say 15 or 16. And then, of course, GC, we had 7. So probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So one of them wasn't built yet. Just so oh, look at all the megaliths down here. Look at them. 15. So let's say 1 or 2 of those isn't built. So 13. So much more firepower still online for Team 1. Oh, yeah, and a GC there and a couple of Fat Boys and whatnot. So there was still tons of stuff online, even if Team 1 didn't have the Paragon. Obviously, a lot of that stuff was built after the fact, of the first Paragon going down. But the Paragon for Team 2 was already gone. They weren't building a second one. They had a Scathis and they had a Salvation, but that was it. I think Team 1 would have been fine even if they didn't have that second Paragon. But let me know down in the comments what you felt about the match overall. Love this game. All the Paragons, all the Salvations, all the everything. Love to see it. Thank you so much for watching to the very end of the video. And I will see all of you in the next one.